I swear, man, these people just never learn. These people just never learn, bro. Welcome to the video, y'all. We're doing a reaction, and apparently Twitter's freaking out about Hogwarts Legacy 2 about to come out. Now, for anybody who doesn't know what Hogwarts Legacy 2 is, or just Hogwarts Legacy is in general, it's basically a Harry Potter MMO RPG kind of ish game. And last time this game came out, or the last time they had made it this game, a bunch of Twitter idiots basically freaked out, the pronouns in the bio and all that nonsense, and basically tried to start a harassment campaign against people who did buy the game, or even like straight up like threaten people who bought the game and all sorts of crap. There was even a thing on Twitter where some idiot made a list where you could search up certain streamers, and if they played this game, like I think it was like the people were getting doxxed and all sorts of bullshit. Like, it was a giant harassment campaign from basically the woke people, or whatever you want to call them at this point, to try and get people to not play this game. And instead, what it ended up happening is, because of all the hatred the game was getting from these kinds of people on Twitter, the game actually sold, I forgot how many copies, but it sold like a big amount of copies. And when it didn't show up at the Game Awards, we knew what was up. The game should have easily been up in the Game Awards, but it didn't even get nominated for anything, regardless of how much it sold, how well it was doing, and everything like that. And apparently here, we got another Hogwarts Legacy coming out, and the same idiots who crashed out over the first game are doing it again, and apparently they didn't learn their lesson. Especially in the day and age of gaming that we're in right now. Basically, anytime you see Twitter freak out about a game and talk about how bad it is and how nobody should buy it, the only thing that ends up happening is people do the opposite. The people who actually buy and play these games, not just crash out about them on Twitter, the moment they see these people, and once again, it's usually the idiots with the pronouns in bio and virtual signaling and all this other bullshit that nobody cares about. Anytime we see that kind of thing, it's just like, I guess the game must be good if you don't like it, and it ends up selling well. It's happened every single time. We saw it with Stellar Blade, we saw it with a bunch of other games that these people try to boycott, and it never works. But hey, we're here to see what they're crashing out about this time. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same as last time. I really wouldn't. But let's go ahead and check this out.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rip here. So today we're going to take a trip over to Blue Sky and check in on this echo chamber, because hundreds, if not thousands of...
Oh, this ain't even Twitter. Okay, of course it's Blue Sky. Okay, well, this makes all the sense then. If it's on Blue Sky, we already know they're going to crash out. Blue Sky is like a cesspool of weird people. I'm just going to say that much. Which really sucks, because I know that there are some cool artists on Blue Sky, but unfortunately the app has basically been taken over by Democrats, the left, and a bunch of other people who are just salty about Trump winning the election, in a nutshell. That's basically it.
Users over there are currently crashing out over the upcoming release of Hogwarts Legacy 2. And yes, there's another massive harassment campaign already brewing for this game that might match or be even worse than the previous one.
Which is once again funny, because they didn't learn at all. Like, last time they did this, the game sold millions, bro. As a matter of fact, I want to check how much did Hogwarts Legacy sell the last time. How many copies did Hogwarts Legacy? I didn't even buy the game or even play it. Hogwarts Legacy sell. By the end of March of 2025, Hogwarts Legacy sold 34 million copies worldwide. And by the end of 2023, it sold 22 million copies. October 2024, it sold around 30 million. So yeah, basically that whole boycott that these idiots tried to do last time didn't work. And hilariously enough, I actually remember that Hassan was going to play this game, but because he didn't want backlash from his woke audience, because they are on the left, then he didn't bother playing it.
Now, going over to Blue Sky is like fishing in a barrel for these types of posts. It's like they took the worst activists from Twitter and then just condensed them down and put them in one room together. And it's just an absolute
So,
disaster
like,
on
if
this
this
app.
harassment
It's like
campaign's about to be
finding a
worse than the
hidden
last
oil
one, then this
reserve
game's
in your
about to be selling
backyard.
like
Of course,
60 mil.
you're going to farm it just like I'm going to farm posts on Blue Sky because it's just that easy to see unhinged posts about relevant topics for this channel. Now, before we get into the new stuff, let's revisit quickly what happened with the first game back in February of 2023.
Yeah, here
Hogwarts
we go.
Legacy
This
came out, and
nonsense.
immediately there was a lot of posts going viral trying to virtue signal about this game.
And the crazy thing is, people like this were never gamers in the first. Like, they didn't play games. They weren't the ones buying these games, but yet they had the fucking audacity to try and virtue signal on Twitter and talk about some, oh, don't buy the game. Don't buy the game because, I don't know, I have a fucking LGBTQ and a Palestine flag in my freaking bio. Yeah, like, like these idiots. It was so sad. It had to been the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life. And once again, I didn't even buy the game, but like this kind of shit, it cracked me up so much. And especially when the game sold more than like 34, or it's like when it first came out, it was selling more than 20 mil. Because these dumbasses were hating on it. Oh my god, I laughed my ass off so hard. Because these morons were doing anything and everything to try and get people not to buy this game. They were harassing people, doxing people, threatening people. You couldn't stream this game on Twitch without idiots going into your chat talking shit. It was so bad.
The main claim was that if you buy this game, you're supporting transphobia because it's an IP that belongs to J.K. Rowling, who these people believe is a transphobe. And that's where it began, but it quickly evolved even beyond that to the point of people being threatened, doxxed, attacked, and almost deplatformed in some cases. We saw things like this.
Yeah, here we go. This bullshit. Oh my god, this was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my fucking life, bro. So basically the way this works is these dumbasses were so obsessed with this game that this moron made this whole website basically trying to figure out, like, if you have anybody that you follow on Twitch that streams the game, you know, go and harass them, essentially. That's basically what this website was for. If you know anybody who played this game, then go type their name in. If they play it, harass them, basically. Send them dox them, whatever the fuck. Get them to not play the game with however way you can. It was the most pathetic and shitty. I've never seen some unhinged shit like this in my life. It was so bad.
Like this being used, where it was tracking every single person streaming Hogwarts Legacy so you could go brigade them. And that happened with many different people, including one situation where a girl was bullied so hard by the chat in her stream that she started breaking down and crying and had to end the stream, which ironically enough, the people were calling them a transphobe despite the fact the stream,
which means absolutely nothing in today's day and age. Like, whenever somebody calls you any type of phobic in this day and age, honestly, wear that shit like a badge of honor. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Wear that shit like a badge of honor, because first of all, having a phobia means that you're scared of, you know, something, which means that you have to be scared of whatever the hell it is that you have a phobia of. You know, I'm not scared of these dumbasses on Twitter, bro. Like, it's just so meaningless. It's like the rest of the meaningless words that people be trying to call people on Twitter to try and shame them and virtue signal. It's like, oh, you're this phobic, you're that phobia, you're an incel, you're this, that, the third. And these dumbasses, half the time you ask them if they know what these words mean, they don't even know what it means. They're just throwing it out because they think that it means something important. Like, it's so bad.
Was a charity event.
And you know what's even more funny is there was a trans person there was literally a trans person in this game. And the more funny thing about this is regardless of whether this game did well or not, J.K. Rowling was going to get royalties from it regardless. She owns the Harry Potter franchise, whether it be the books, the movies, the games. She was going to get paid regardless. So these idiots trying to boycott this game weren't doing anything. They were doing nothing. They were just basically embarrassing themselves.
Event for the Trevor Project, which is supposed to give money to LGBT youth. So they basically dismantled that charity campaign to virtue signal about a video game they were playing while running the charity event.
And I don't know about you, but me personally, if I was to play this game and I had a bunch of dumbasses in my chat, all of them it's just free bans, bro. It's just free bans. I have no problem banning a bunch of dumbasses in my chat if they're gonna talk like that. I could care less. I have no problem banning people like that because I wouldn't want somebody like that in my audience in the first place. I would have zero problem. I know not everybody can take that kind of crit or online hatred and everything like that, but me personally, how hell I would turn that into content. Honestly, me personally, the one thing I love doing whenever I see stupid shit like this is I would love if my channel especially was based around that kind of thing to turn it into content, bro. It's so beautiful. It's free content, man.
And there was also many other content creators, including VTubers, who were harassed as a result of playing this game or showing interest in the game, but we'll get back to that in just a second. So, I wanted to share the one good post about Hogwarts Legacy 2. Out of the hundreds, this was the most reasonable one I found, and I think this is a good place to start, where this person basically said, I have had a lot of good experiences with the franchise, and clearly it seems like she doesn't like J.K. Rowling's beliefs, and now doesn't want to give any more money over to that franchise.
And see, that is a good take. Like, here's my thing. I don't care if you don't like the game. Not every game's for everybody. If you don't want to give your money to the person who made this game or to J.K. Rowling, that's all fine and dandy. Nobody has a problem with it. It's the dumbasses who be running around here, virtual signaling on Twitter, doxing people, sending death threats and all sorts of other bullshit over a video game that they're not going to play or buy. That just, it looks so stupid. And the funny thing is, too, is that whole discourse maybe lasted maybe a month and a half. I think I made a video talking about that kind of thing. I think I made, because that's how crazy it was. I think I straight up made a video talking about Hogwarts Legacy because of how bad the drama was around that, even though I didn't even buy it. That's how stupid this shit was. It was so bad. But, like, nobody cares if you don't buy the game. If you don't like the person who made the game, or you don't believe in what they do, that is fine. But running around and acting like a moron on Twitter or on X or whatever, or Blue Sky, whatever the fuck, and doing all this crazy shit, it's not going to help. And once again, if this backlash is going to get out of control like the last time, this game's probably going to sell 60 mil just due off of that. Because people are going to see these morons come back and do the same shit, and they'll be like, oh, time to buy the game again. I knew people who bought 2 copies of this game just to piss these idiots off and posted it on Twitter. It's like, yo, look at this shit. I knew people who did that just to piss them off.
And J.K. Rowling. Makes sense. I think that's reasonable. If you don't like the game, you don't like the person who created it in this case, then don't buy it. It's really just as simple as that. There's nothing here that's trying to harass anyone. They're not trying to ostracize anyone. It's just their own personal decision to not financially support this franchise while also recognizing that they had a lot of good memories with it. Now, of course, there's a lot of other people who didn't learn their lesson. This person saying, listen here, you little shits. The fact this didn't
Oh man, here we go, bro.
Means we didn't do enough.
You didn't do shit the first time around. You got clowned on the first time y'all did this shit. And once again, of course, it's the he, him, and all that other bullshit in the bio. Like, y'all didn't do shit the first time around. The first time y'all crashed out over this game, it sold 34 million within the first couple of months. What do you think is gonna happen if you dumbasses crash out again? It's just probably gonna sell double this time.
Stop buying the wizard trash. They learn
nothing. They have learned nothing.
No, you don't need to do more this time. You did enough last time where you were the greatest promotion for this game ever.
Quite literally. That's how they quite over 30 million units sold. Like, this game was really unknown. I want to let you guys know that. It wasn't really that known that Hogwarts Legacy was like a big game, but the instant this whole drama popped up, it made the game skyrocket in popularity because of these morons who were crashing out over the game and doxing people, threatening people, all that shit. It basically put the game in the mainstream. And you already saw it. The game sold over 30 million units by the time it hit March. And once again, there were people out there who were seeing these idiots out there, because some people are petty, and crashing out over this game, and basically said, yo, the woke people are crashing out over it? Shit, I'm gonna buy me 3 copies of this game. I'm gonna buy me 3 copies of this game just to piss them off. Like, it was crazy.
People were pissing their pants in joy when they saw that Assassin's Creed Shadows had 3 million players. But this is what real success looks like. This was the highest selling game in all of 2023. Yes, it would have done well on its own without the campaign, but the campaign rallied people against the activists, and a lot of people
Yeah.
bought this game in solidarity with the people being
Quite literally,
attacked
there were
for
people
showing
out there
interest in
buying the
it.
game and
And that
trying
was
it
just a
out
big backfire, and people
who
haven't
weren't
learned
even
anything, including
like, these people weren't even Harry Potter fans. Some of them people were not even Harry Potter fans and were buying the game just to piss these idiots off, just to piss off these dumbass activists who were crashing out. It was the most funny shit of all time.
people in the VTubing scene, which was one of the places where the virtue signaling was the strongest and
Oh yeah.
loudest.
Oh
And
yeah.
you can see this post, learning
Oh
nothing,
yeah.
as I
This
said,
shit in the
saying,
VTuber
"Welcome to
scene
another
was
episode
so
of Will You
bad.
Support trans rights or play the shitty wizard game? Let's see how many VTubers picked the wrong option this time." And by pick the wrong option this time, they mean playing a literal video game.
Basically.
And as we saw last time, picking the wrong option comes with harassment, doxing, and a lot of threats. We saw some prominent examples with Pikami, for example, who simply expressed interest in streaming this game and was immediately attacked, called a transphobe, all these things. It clearly affected
Me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I would farm the shit out of these people for content, bro. This would be a video if I saw this kind of stupid shit. I would legit turn this shit into content. That's just me though. If I see a bunch of dumbasses on Twitter crashing out because I'm playing this game, I will farm you for content, bro. You'll make my day. Please. I might buy this game. The second Hogwarts game, I'm not gonna lie. I might buy it just so I can get these idiots to crash out. That's free content, bro.
them very much. It upset them to see all of this, and they would take a hiatus and then eventually graduate. And based on the words that were said, it seems like this harassment campaign lodged against her helped accelerate her graduation from her former company. We also had Silvervale, who was harassed, and she claims her family was doxxed as a result of playing this game. And eventually,
yeah, see, look at that. Silvervale out here basically said it the way it needs to be said, bro. Like, I would not be bullied by a bunch of dumbasses who on Twitter who probably don't even play video games. They're just out here virtue signaling, like, with nothing better to do, bro. Like that's facts. We got jobs, we got outside lives. We're not like you morons who are gonna spend 24 hours on Twitter crashing out over somebody playing a fucking video game that you don't like and you weren't gonna buy in the first place. Like, your point means nothing. All you're doing is making this game more popular. So thank you. You guys embarrass yourselves, bro. I swear to God, if this shit happens again, I'm gonna keep an eye on Twitter. If this shit happens again, I will straight up stream and buy this game just so I can farm these morons for freaking content in my chat, bro. I'm not lying. I will do that shit.
Double down and say she's not going to be bullied by a bunch of Twitter freaks, which led to more harassment and people saying she needs to be game ended. And then we saw people just covering this stuff, even covering it in a neutral way, getting death threats. And we saw other VTubers catching strays, including Iron Mouse. People were calling her transphobic because she said
which means
it was
nothing
wrong to harass Silvervale over a video game. Like, imagine calling Iron Mouse, of all people, a transphobe. And overall in the VTubing scene, here's just a crop of screenshots I had from my old folder on this. I mean, you can see the names, right? I think maybe, at best, one person in this entire group of VTubers is still making content 2 years later. Because that's all they did back then. They just wanted to virtue signal their activists.
Once again, the main thing about these idiots is, like, they crashed out over this game, but none of them even play video games or even make content. They just sit on Twitter all day and act like morons and virtue signal for absolutely nobody. And majority of these people who crash out about this kind of thing, I'm not gonna lie to you, let's be real with ourselves. Like, let's use our brains for 2 seconds. They don't care about the movement. They care about looking good on Twitter. That's all they care about. Like, if you were to actually have these people asked to stand on business when it comes to these kind of issues, they would be gone, bro. I'm telling you right now. If you would have asked them to actually go to a rally, go to one of these rallies, or go to one of these movements that they supposedly care about so much, they would not stand on business. And it's the most pathetic thing of all time.
Who are cosplaying as VTubers. Basically, that was what they were doing, and eventually they lost interest in that because they didn't really want to be a VTuber that much. They just wanted to join in on activism and all that stuff. But here's some more posts from the recent second wave of harassment that's going to be targeting people playing Hogwarts Legacy. This person's saying, if you buy this game, you are dead to me.
Yeah, I guess we're all
That's a
dead
pretty
then, because
bold
we buying
statement
it.
for
We buying
someone
it. I guess
playing a
we're all
video
dead.
game.
I
Here's
don't know
another
who
one
you are.
saying that they're going to befriend or end their friendship with you, even if it's 20 years long, because this is a boundary they are holding on to. So even if you're friends with this person for 20 years, if you do anything to support this game, you're cut off. You're done forever.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
be real. A
this
lot
is
of
why
y'all don't
I
got
strongly
friends to
urge
begin
people to be
with.
very careful whenever they're trying to befriend an activist like this, because
Honestly, I'm gonna be real. Just don't be friends with activists. 9 times out of 10, especially if you're talking about America, they're a bunch of they're goofballs, bro. They're straight up not in a good way. These people are straight up goofballs. Like it's pathetic. It's actually pathetic. And once again, these people don't even care about the causes that they're supposedly crashing out about. They're just doing it to look good on the internet. That's all they ever do it for. And it's so pathetic. It's the same thing with the Palestine nonsense, bro. It's the same shit. A lot of the idiots running around talking about free Palestine, if they were to actually go over there, they would be killed immediately because they don't like Americans. Like, I'm sorry to tell y'all, but like y'all out here crashing out for a country that doesn't even like you, does not make you look good. It makes you look foolish, and it's the same thing in this. Like, you crashing out over a video game is only gonna make you look stupid and get farmed for content. That's it.
imagine walking on eggshells for the entirety of your relationship with this person, knowing that if you do one wrong thing, one small thing that they don't like, you're cut off. You're dead to them. That's extreme. That's very extreme, and it would be exhausting to be friends with people who have this sort of mentality. We also have this post here saying, we really need to start taking people out with a shovel. So that's
Shit, bet. I got a katana in my room right now. Let's go. Let's box. You got a shovel, I got a katana. Let's see who wins.
obvious threat. This person getting a little more direct, saying, if I catch you playing this and I know you in real life, I will beat you up.
Let's throw hands, bro. Let's throw some. These people are crazy, bro. I guarantee, bro. These people won't stand on business. I'm telling you, these idiots won't stand on business. I'm telling you, these people won't stand on business. I'm telling you. Bro. I guarantee, if somebody actually agreed to fight this idiot, said time, location, let's do this right now, this idiot wouldn't show up. Holy freaking brain rot! Jesus. These people don't stand on business.
Beat you up in real life for playing a video game, a gender fluid gremlin, they, she, 30-year-old pan lesbian sadistic mommy. Like,
Jesus Christ, that would be the easiest fight of my life.
Blue Sky is definitely a place.
Easiest fight of my life, bro.
Places of all time. It's a very
I've been looking like Madara out there taking all these people on.
Post saying, we still hate the transphobic, anti-Semitic, racist video game. And it shows this Fox News article.
Man pulled out all the buzzwords for this one.
Apologizes after Antifa condemns it for showing Harry Potter video game footage. Basically, someone in the pub was sharing a live stream of someone playing Hogwarts Legacy, and Antifa came and harassed them, and then the pub backed down.
Like, here's my main thing. I'm gonna be real with you. How do you spend your whole life being offended by everything? Because that's all these people are. These people spend their whole lives just waiting to be offended by something, and then they go onto the internet and try and act like they're doing something. I could never live my life this way. There's no fucking way. And that's why people be calling this shit a mental illness half the time, because it looks so bad. Like, you spend all your life basically waking up in the morning and waiting to be offended by something. Like, how? How do you live your life that way? It doesn't make any sense to me.
As far as I'm concerned, this is nothing but L's. Antifa, giant L. This pub, giant L. This is ridiculous. What is this supposed to prove?
Nothing.
Everyone involved in this is just pathetic. And then you see this claim too, I have to point this out. Anti-Semitic. People were calling Hogwarts Legacy anti-Semitic, and you'll never believe the reason why. So a lot of journalists and activists on social media claimed that this game was anti-Semitic because they looked at the goblin characters and saw their big nose and said, oh, that's a caricature of a Jewish person. Yes, these are the anti-bigots. These are the people.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
You're wrong for not supporting their crazy fan fiction they're making up in their head to get mad about this game. We also have this saying, if you buy HP stuff, I will 100% think less of you. It directly funds J.K. Rowling's campaign of bigotry against trans people. It really cannot be that hard to just not buy Harry Potter stuff, but then again, people will still choose mediocre chicken sandwich over gay rights. So what do I
Yo,
do?
I think we're
So
buying
this
two
last
copies,
part is
man.
interesting.
I think we're
Mediocre
buying two
chicken
copies, man.
sandwich, not the way I eat it. For context here,
I
they're
think we're
referring
buying
to
two
a
copies, y'all.
controversy and
I want to
boycott
see the
involving
crash
the
outs.
fast food chain
I want to see the
Chick-fil-A.
crash
And
outs,
people
man. I
believe
think we're
because
buying.
the
I think we're
CEO of the
buying Hogwarts
company
Legacy
is
2.
anti-gay marriage, that supporting their company is homophobia. Okay, and people want
I
to
think we're
start a
buying two
big
copies,
boycott
y'all.
and
Cause
saying don't
holy
eat their
shit, these people are
sandwiches. It makes
unhinged
you a
as hell.
homophobe and a person who supports homophobia. Yeah, that one didn't last. That was one of the most superficial boycotts of all time because apparently to these people the chicken sandwiches were so good they just got completely owned. They gave up on their boycott and just started continuing to eat chicken sandwiches knowing there's this boycott in place. They literally got one shot by a chicken sandwich. Their entire political belief system got one shot by a chicken sandwich
What
at
happened
the
with the chicken?
time because apparently to these people the chicken sandwiches were so good they just
What happened?
supporting their here. They're referring to a controversy and boycott involving the fast food chain Chick-fil-A, and people believe because the CEO of the company is anti-gay marriage that
I remember this crap, bro. So they tried to boycott. I forgot what year this was. It might have been 2022 or 2023, where these same morons who were trying to boycott this tried to say that they were gonna boycott Chick-fil-A because apparently, I don't know, they're anti-trans or anti-gay or whatever the fuck nonsense they came up with in their head. And they folded so fast. That shit didn't last a week, man. That was so bad. These people didn't last a week. And that's why I say is whenever you see this kind of stupid shit on the internet, pay it no mind because these idiots will not ever stand on business. They will never stand on business. And 9 times out of 10, whenever they do crash out about stuff like this, it actually ends up boosting the thing that they're crashing out about. Now, I'm pretty sure Chick-fil-A probably sold more of them chicken sandwiches during that time period where these morons were out there boycotting it, or supposedly boycotting it, they folded, than before they had that incident. It's crazy. It's almost like, and honestly, once again, we've seen this before. It's almost like if you want your game to do good in today's market, just do everything that these people would hate and your game will blow up, basically. If you do everything that these activists would hate to see in a video game, the game will blow up. And once again, we've seen this already. We saw it with Stellar Blade. Shit. We saw it with every game. How we saw it with every game that basically came out and didn't do what they did. And the funny thing is, the games that they say they would support, like Dustborn, Concord, fucking Dragon Age the Velgar, those kind of games that supposedly support what these guys like, they didn't even buy them, bro. Those games all flopped. They all flopped. It's the funniest shit, bro. These people fold so easy.
Company is homophobia, okay? And people wanted to start a big boycott and saying don't eat their sandwiches. It makes you a homophobe and a person who supports homophobia. Yeah, that one didn't last. It
didn't last a week, bro.
Superficial boycotts of all time.
It didn't last a week.
Apparently, to these people, the chicken sandwiches were so good, they just got completely owned. They gave up on their boycott and just started continuing to eat chicken sandwiches knowing there's this boycott in place.
Yeah, you know why? Because guess what? Not everybody lives on Twitter. That boycott did jack shit because nobody lives on Twitter and nobody cares about what these idiots got to say. If I want a chicken sandwich, I don't give a crap what you think it is. I'm going to get a chicken sandwich.
They literally got one shot by a chicken sandwich. Their entire political belief system got one shot by a chicken sandwich. I'll never forget about that. That is the funniest boycott.
I forgot about that incident.
Day, by the way, but no one really cares about it because they just like Chick-fil-A that much. But anyways, you have more posts here saying if you buy anything that gives J.K. Rowling money, you are funding the death of trans kids. That's a pretty bold statement, right? They're saying J.K. Rowling is funding people who are killing trans kids. I don't really see the proof there, but that's a very
There is no
claim.
proof.
They say this in another post. Yeah, no, with the first one, you had the slimmest excuse of not knowing. If you buy this one, you willfully fund a trans genocide.
These idiots, bro.
A trans genocide going on right
these
now.
Idiots.
I'm not sure where this
like, how these morons, who I might add, only represent 1% of the fucking population think that they're so important is beyond me, man. It's beyond me. What genocide? There was barely any of y'all to begin with. Y'all can't reproduce because half of y'all are dudes. So what the fuck are y'all yapping about? I'm sorry, like, this is just pathetic behavior. This is pathetic behavior, bro. Pathetic behavior. And I guarantee none of these people make content. None of these people actually do anything. You look at their freaking blue sky bio and all that bullshit. The only thing that these idiots ever do, their whole existence is built around virtue signaling on the internet. It's so bad.
Happening or any of the details, and they don't really ever want to tell you the details. So yeah, they're claiming there's a literal trans genocide going on right now, and buying this game supports that directly. Here's another one saying trans people were a major Holocaust target under the Hitler Nazis. And
yeah, so were the Jews. What else is new? Like, bro, yeah, these idiots trying to bring up Nazi Hitler and all this crap. Bro, that was 1942. Your dumbass wasn't even alive back then. Or 1941. I might be wrong, but yeah, like, what are we yapping about? Oh my god, bro.
trans people are a major target under the current Trump Nazis. JK
Another word that doesn't
said
mean
your
anything
sport Harry
now.
Potter
Nazi. It never really meant anything in the first place except for back in World War
One. You
I.
are a Nazi. Stops supporting Nazi views makes you a Nazi. Wow, this person really twisted themselves into a pretzel to get mad about people buying a video game, huh? Let's not overlook
Oh my
the
god,
comparison
bro.
at the beginning, where they're comparing trans people living.
Like, I'm straight up about to be buying this game just so I can watch these morons crash out. I want these idiots in my comment section just so I can farm them for content. Like, just think about this for a second. Imagine the content that I could make out of these idiots crashing out in my comment section because I'm playing a video game that they A, weren't gonna buy in the first place, and B, weren't gonna support in the first place. Like, if you don't care about buying the game and you don't care about supporting the game, that is fine. But crash out in my comment section or crashing out on Twitter is just gonna make you all look like fools. That's all it ever will do. Like, it's so bad.
In the United States in the year 2025 to Holocaust victims. Are we serious? Are we actually doing this? This is crazy. And also think about, what does Trump or America have to do with any of this?
Nothing.
It's just like a very...
Once again, Nazi at this point is just another buzzword that these idiots want to add into their grocery list of buzzwords that they use now. It's like, once again, any of the phobics, any of the racism, the not, like, all that. If you're getting called that on Twitter or Blue Sky, that's like a badge of honor because it doesn't mean shit. It's just a bunch of idiots freaking virtue signaling. Same with the anti-Semitism bullshit. Majority of these morons calling people anti-Semitic don't even, like, once again, they don't care. They do not care at all. It's oh my god, man.
Weird injection of this statement.
It's so bad.
And again, they're just straight up calling you a Nazi if you buy this game. That's the standard.
Nobody cares.
So,
I'll wear that shit like a badge of honor, bro. I'll be looking like U-Haul from Bleach up in this bitch, bro.
They want to find a way to give you these labels because they want to dehumanize you. They want to make it seem like it's okay for anything bad to happen to you because you're just a bigot. You're a Nazi. You're one of these labels they give you, and that's it. It's a way to dismiss any sort of guilt associated with bad things happening to you. That is the goal here with posts like this. Here's another one saying, if I catch wind of you playing this game or supporting it or anything, you're going to be blocked and banned from all spaces. I don't care about your reasoning.
I'm going to be real. I probably wouldn't want to be in your space anyways because I'd be having to walk on eggshells talking to your dumbass because you'd be offended by everything. I could say I want a chicken sandwich and your dumbass would probably get offended.
Okay, we've seen stuff like this before. Obviously a little repetitive, but I bring this up because this person's like, you support this game, you're done. I will not tolerate you supporting such an evil thing.
Like, Jesus Christ, these people never learn.
And they got a hammer and sickle. This person unironically supports communism, but is going to cut you off for playing a video game. I wonder which side is more ridiculous to support. Which ideology here is more dangerous and has cost actual human lives. I'll let you think about that one, Blue Sky. But here's another one. This one's just sad. This person said, I want to punch the 2023 version of myself because of this. because I was unfortunately one of the assholes who bought
Nah,
the first
bro,
game
not
during
one
that
of
discourse
these
back in
dudes,
2023, and
bruh.
I regret it because I've learned more since then, so now it just sits in my
Not one of these idiots. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of those people, these male. You know, this reminds me of those idiots who be trying to call themselves male feminists. Where there's a bunch of there's like these dudes who will pretend that they're feminists and they'll act like they hate themselves for being a dude, just to try and get some likes on Twitter. And 9 times out of 10, when they do this kind of shit and they try to virtue signal towards that community, they end up getting outed for being like an essay harasser or something like that. That's basically what this shit is. It's one of these idiots who wants to virtue signal on Blue Sky in this case, acting like they hate themselves just so they can get some likes on Twitter. And the funny thing is, too, is the same people that this idiot is virtue signaling for, you say one wrong thing and they'll turn on him so quick, and all this bullshit he did would mean nothing.
library like a pin of shame. Hashtag I hate myself. I want to put my hand on this guy's shoulder and just say,
They don't care.
it's okay. You don't need to do this to yourself. You don't need to make yourself feel bad. You don't have to wear a pin of shame on Steam to let people see your mistakes for buying a video game. You're not an asshole. You're not a bad person for buying this game. You don't got to do this. You don't have to do this. And if you have to do this to get people's acceptance, those are not people you want acceptance
Yeah,
from, 'cause they
you
probably
like if
will
this kind of behavior is the thing that you need to do is get accepted by people, then I'm gonna be real, those people you probably don't want accepting you in the first place. I'm gonna be real. If this is what you gotta do to get people to accept you is basically hate yourself over buying a video game that these idiots don't like on Twitter, I'm sorry, you probably don't want those people in your life to begin with.
on you the second it's convenient for them to do so. Here's another one saying no one cares except for right-wing chuds who will use this game as an excuse to say
Yeah, I knew it was gonna
trans
pop up
people's
eventually.
existence.
It's
Yeah, it
always
was like 35 million right-wing chuds.
yeah, I'm about to say 35 million white.
This is so crazy. It's so weird that everything gets so
And
divisive.
that's the funny thing. That's the funny thing is girls bought this game too. So what now?
Where you can't even fathom.
Oh, I can't wait. When is this game coming out?
Buy this game without having some sort of a political motivation behind it.
When is this
Also, I
game
hate
coming
to say
out,
it,
bro? I
but
need
I'm
to
pretty
know.
sure people
I
who
might
are
have to
actual
pre-order
trans
just so I can
folks,
piss these
they
people
won't
off.
express that through playing a video game. They'll just be transphobic. Like, unfortunately, that's just how it is. So this is a weird claim to make in the first place. Then you have this one saying, can we round up a bunch of games that are better as a wizard game than this? Oh, wait, I got one. Spellbound. Oh, wait, it was shut down. Yeah, there's a big effort to try to find a wizard game replacement to support instead. It's not going very well, but I guess that's kind of the thing they're trying to do to deal with this very distressing situation of this game releasing. Here's another one saying, the sad part is I could write a better book than this bitch ever could. And I'm a terrible writer.
Then why haven't you wrote a book? If you're that good. Once again, these people never stand on business. If you're that good of a writer, then why haven't you done anything? Why is your book not making millions of dollars? Billions of dollars while you're sleeping? Because that's what J.K. Rowling's doing. While y'all all crashing about this game about to come out, she's sitting in her room, in her bed, making billions. That's the sad thing about all this. All this crashing out that you're seeing in this video from these morons on Blue Sky, and it don't mean a single thing. And once again, these people are making the same mistake they did last time. This game, the first Hogwarts Legacy game, when it first came out, didn't have that much attention. It still would have sold well, but it did not have that much attention until these morons started crashing out about it on Twitter. The moment they started crashing out and being absolute idiots on Twitter is when this game blew up. And it got even more popular when they realized who the idiots were who were crashing out about it. Like, once again, I know people who bought 2-3 copies of this game on purpose just to troll and piss these idiots off. These people are so, like, they don't get it. They're making the same mistake again. If you don't want this game to do well, then shut up. Don't say anything about it. Don't put it into the mainstream eyes, because that's all these idiots are doing. And this game is not even out yet. Hogwarts Legacy 2 has not even been released yet, and these morons are already making the same mistake that they did with the last game. And once again, if the harassment and all the nonsense that they're going to do is about to get exactly as bad as the last time, man, this game's going to sell 60 million instead of friggin' 34. It might even sell more than 20 mil on the first week just because of these morons on the internet who think that virtue signaling to get people to not buy a game is going to do something. Especially when these morons don't 9 times out of 10 play games anyways. It's actually fucking hilarious. And once again, I can't wait to see how this is going to go. Because I might just buy this second game just to see what's going to happen with it. And just to also get these people pissed off so I can farm that shit for content. It would be the most funny thing of all time, I'm telling y'all.
I don't believe you. Yeah, I don't believe you. I don't believe you could write a better book than J.K. Rowling.
Like, bro, you know who else? Like, I think, didn't Kubo put something out recently with, and I know this isn't related to this, but didn't Kubo, who made Bleach, put out something recently where he had people who were hating on how he wrote the book Bleach or the manga Bleach, and it was mostly a bunch of Ichigo and Rukia shippers because they were mad that Ichigo and Orihime got together instead of Ichigo and Rukia, and they're still crashing about that to this day. And Kubo basically made a message saying, all right, like I'm just gonna sum it up in a nutshell. If you can write a better manga than me, go out there and do it. Because if it's that good, it will be better than Bleach. But otherwise, basically shut the fuck up. Because if you ain't gonna be making a better manga than me, but yeah, you got time to complain and talk about how the story is bad and just come up with unnecessary nonsense, then you're just wasting your breath. Like, Kubo went crazy. Like, once again, that's basically the summary of it. I wish I could find that post so I could show you what he actually said. But yeah, no, he basically cooked these people. He basically cooked his haters, basically, in a nutshell. He basically said, if you're that good of a writer, if Bleach is such a bad manga, then why haven't you made one that's better? Because if you're that good, it will do good. Like, holy shit, these people are, oh my god.
I don't. It's really that simple. This is the problem. This is not just for Blue Sky. This is like human beings in general. When they see a product or something made by someone they don't like, they immediately discredit any sort of quality it might have. They're like, oh yeah, that thing they made, absolutely terrible. It's the worst thing ever. I'm pretty sure there's some positive aspects of the writing behind this franchise. There's clearly some level of skill there from J.K. Rowling. You don't have to like her, but you can at least acknowledge she's probably at least a somewhat good writer.
I must say, yeah, I mean, people are buying this shit for a fucking reason. Like, nobody cares what you think, because at the end of the day, while you're out here crashing out on Twitter talking about how you could make a better book than she could, she's chilling in her bed making millions. Like, that, once again, that all rolls back to this. All this crashing out, and yet y'all ain't doing shit to hurt her pockets. Y'all ain't doing anything. I think there was somebody who did a skit on this where long story short, they basically went over the drama that was going on with this game. And it's like, okay, you guys are complaining about this game, Hogwarts Legacy, right? You don't want people to buy it, but where were any of y'all at the rest of the year before this game came out? Why weren't y'all protesting in front of Harry Potter stores, inside, Harry Potter bookstores and whatnot? Where were y'all at then? Like, once again, these people never stand on business. Never.
I mean, can we just admit that without being so polarized? Here's another one saying, I've currently bought 3 copies of Hogwarts Legacy, all secondhand. I'm breaking the discs to make some kind of mosaic. I've spent $12 total. One guy at a flea market gave me one for free when I told him what I was doing. Well, they'll probably like scared.
Hey, I keep putting money into like, once again, I don't think she realizes this, but even if you buy the games secondhand, That's still putting money in her pocket. You do know that, right? These people are so stupid.
Of you, because like this is not a very
You
stable person who's
people are
buying copies
so
of a game
stupid.
that they hate just so they can smash them and then make a mosaic out of it.
All
They're
you
probably
did
like,
was
please
waste
take
your
this and
own
leave
money,
me
you
alone.
moron.
But this is the normal people. This is like, this is so unhinged. Who does stuff like this? Who has it in their mind and in their desires to go out and waste their time and money to smash discs of a
Like
game?
you guys gotta seriously think about this. This idiot went out of her way to go and get 3 copies of Hogwarts Legacy. Buy them, by the way, all secondhand. So that's already money going into J.K. Rowling's pocket, which is the exact opposite of what these idiots apparently are saying they're trying to do. Just so that they can go out of their way and destroy the disc, as if that's going to do anything. These people are so unhinged, it's not even funny.
They don't like. It makes no sense. And also, aren't you putting money back in the pockets
That,
of
exactly!
transphobes who bought the game in the first place who are now reselling it?
You're literally
Weird.
helping the sales.
But here's one final post to kind of end this on. You play this game. You support a heavily influential transphobe. You play this game and you're one of my friends. I will begin questioning our friendship and confront you about it. If it ends, it ends. Can't believe this got a sequel to begin with. Don't care if the gameplay is good. Yeah, this one kind of sums up all the posts we've been looking at. Just
yeah, basically. And I hardly doubt that these people actually have genuine relationships or friendships. Because these guys got to walk on eggshells around each other so much that one wrong freaking word coming out of their mouth ends their friendship so quick. I highly doubt these people actually have true and actual genuine friendships. Because there's no way I could spend my whole life walking on eggshells around somebody who's supposed to be my friend. No fucking way. There's no way I would have the friendship that I have of as of right now over 20 years with my best friend from elementary school if I was having to walk on eggshells because my friend was like just going to get offended by everything that comes out of my mouth. There's no way.
lack of self-awareness. Can't believe this game got a sequel. I can believe it.
I can.
And I can
Shit, the game got 34 million within 2 months because you idiots. I can believe it. Shit sounds like a lot of money to me. Sounds like success to me. Game was one of the highest sold games in that year. The fuck you talking about? You can't believe the game got a sequel, bruh. Oh man,
believe at this point it's probably going to get more games after the second one comes out.
it is.
Everyone on
Hey, put bets down in the chat. Put bets down in the chat. How much do you think the sequel is going to sell for? I'm betting 64 million tops. 40 million to 50 million in a safe range. But I think the peak of this game might be 60 million. Because these idiots, according to what we're seeing here, are going to crash out about this game again. And if the first game got 34 million from these idiots crashing out, I can only imagine how much the second game is going to get with these morons doing the same thing again.
Places like Blue Sky.
I can't believe this shit. So,
polarize people, rally on them.
This game's going to sell 64 mil tops.
Buy it or get exposed to this game because people are complaining about it, and they can't just ignore something they don't like. They have to make it political. They have to
like, once again, if they wanted this game to fail, they would just shut up about it. They would not give it mainstream attention, but they don't know how to shut up because they're too busy trying to virtue signal for people on the internet who don't care.
A whole harassment campaign.
Like, you go in real life and nobody gives a fuck about this.
Hogwarts Legacy, and it's probably going to happen again with the second version coming out soon. But that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comments section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Hey, that's a dub video. That's a W video. I'm not gonna lie, you're probably gonna see me playing this game. I'm not gonna lie. You might see me play this game because I want to see these idiots crash. I want to see these idiots crash out. I didn't even know that this game was getting a freaking second game until I saw this guy's video. Like, once again, already just by me finding this video, these people who are crashing out are already taking L's. Because I didn't know anything about this game getting a sequel at all. I didn't even know this game was getting a second game. But because these morons are crashing out so hard and are planning to do the same harassment campaign that they did the first time around, I ended up finding this video, knowing about this game. It's literally the same thing. They don't even realize it. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. I honestly would not be surprised if this game sells 64 mil in the next time when it comes out. So don't be surprised if you end up seeing me play this game. And don't be surprised also if you see idiots crash out in the comments of me playing this game. Or hell, even the comments of this video of me reacting to this. Because holy crap, these people, they don't learn. They don't learn. The stupidity is above 9,000 at this point. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. This shit's about to be funny as hell. I'll see you guys in the next one.